people, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you are new here then I'm so happy to meet you. So before we get into this video, get yourself a nice large hot drink, get cozy, get all the snacks. You're probably quite used to doing this by now because by the time this video goes out we're probably all going to be in quarantine, so this is good practice. Get cozy, get the blankets, light the candles, and don't really know where I was going with that, but let's get straight into the video. So in today's video I thought we could do like an updated everyday spring kind of makeup routine. This would be my makeup for if I just wanted to make a bit of an effort, if I wanted to look, I'm not going to say natural because every time I say natural people come for me. So it's not a natural makeup look, but I feel like it doesn't look too heavy. I'm just not even going to dig myself a hole here. It's not natural, but it's easy and it looks good. It makes your skin look flawless. It lasts all day and it's perfect now the weather is not getting a little bit warmer, but it's a lot more sunny. It feels very springy, which makes me happy. I bloody love spring. So I'm also going to show you today my start to finish hair routine, which I don't think I've ever done on my YouTube channel. It's actually a question that I get asked all the time, so I'm a little bit disappointed in myself that it's now taken me about 2 years to actually make this video. So my hair is freshly washed, freshly dried, freshly straightened, and I'm going to kind of create, like, you know, my messy kind of waves that I have all the time. So that's what I'm going to do today, but I'm going to be doing my hair at the end of the video because I can't stand having like hair in my face when I'm trying to sort my face out. So I am going to be using my FoxyLocks hair extensions. The hair extensions I'm going to be using today are the 22-inch seamless clip-in hair extensions. These are in shade Vanilla Frappe, or Frap. I never know if I'm saying that right, but I am obsessed with this shade. I've recently gone a little bit blonder, but because these obviously don't sit on the top of my head, they still blend in really, really nicely. So if you do have like a root blend, or you have ombre, or your hair is kind of like darker at the root and lighter at the ends, then this is a brilliant shade. If you do watch my channel on a regular basis, then thank you very much. But you will also know that I work with FoxyLocks every single month. I am obsessed with them. They are the best quality, best price. If you are looking to invest in some hair extensions, then these are incredible and I promise you will love them as much as me. So I'm going to leave a direct link to these in the description box. They also have clip-in ponytails, which are amazing. One of those days where I always feel like makeup's really fun to do and then it gets to hair and you're like, you just want to click your fingers. Now with the clip-in ponytails you can literally click your fingers and you just have like princess hair. They're amazing. So I'll also link those in the description box, but I have a code which I'll pop on screen now and that will get you a free gift at the checkout. Yeah, I'm going to show you how I style these, how I apply these in all the depth at the end of the video once I've done my makeup. And I'm also going to be using my 7-in-1 curling wand, which I'm trying to open, which looks like this. It's all rose gold, it's beautiful. This would make such an amazing gift. So first of all, my hair needs to go up. I can't stand having it in my face. I need to have like a really blank canvas, if that makes sense. Like everything just needs to be back. It's even kind of, this sounds really OCD of me, it's kind of bothering me that I've got this top on. Like, I kind of like to have like a very plain top on. Number one, because I get makeup all over it. And number two, it just satisfies my OCD needs. I have already cleansed my face. I use the Elemis Rose Cleansing Balm. I love using that before makeup. I feel like it kind of gives my face a bit of an injection of moisture. So for moisturizer slash primer, I kind of like go through phases of liking a primer and then just using a moisturizer. When my skin is kind of as dry as the Sahara Desert, we use moisturizer. I'm going to be using the Elemis Pro Collagen Marine Cream. This is incredible. Plumps your face, it makes it really, really, really moisturized. It isn't sticky, it smells incredible, and it also makes your skin really, really glowy. For foundation, you guys are going to absolutely hate me because this has been my favorite foundation for the best part of a year now, and I'm just not going to change it anytime soon. And that is, of course, the Maybelline Fit Me Flawless. Is it Flawless? Matte Poreless, not Flawless, in shade 220. This is just amazing. It's full coverage. It doesn't like go all cakey. It's a really nice like colour. Not really sure what I was going to say then, and yeah, I just love it so much. Also love that it's under £10. Like, that just makes my bank very, very happy. I'm going to use this Real Techniques foundation brush. Kind of like switch between using a sponge and a brush. At the moment, I love how a brush looks. I feel like it just gives me so much more coverage and it doesn't like steal all of the product. Foundation is also really buildable. Like if you're going on a night out and you want loads and loads of coverage, you can add another layer and it doesn't, I don't know, it just never looks cakey. Things first though, I'm going to take that foundation off my lip because that really is not a vibe. Beauty blender, as always, is the Luxe Beauty Blender. I will link all of the products that I'm using today in the description box. This is amazing. I've raved about it for months now. No shade on Beauty Blender. I just feel like this is so much more affordable and I just love the way it works. It's really blended. So for concealer, any guesses which one it is? I was going to say you guessed correctly, but I don't know if you did. So my favourite concealer is the Born This Way concealer from Too Faced. This is just amazing. I feel like you get so much product. Like this is the size of a bloody foundation. Like it's huge and the coverage is incredible. I use shade Almond, which I think is like the favourite shade. I hear a lot of people say they use the shade Almond and it's just beautiful. It's so creamy, it doesn't crease. It's amazing. So when I used to do my concealer versus to now, I used to just use a sponge and kind of blend it all out, but I found it was just taking away way too much product. So now what I like to do is I use the Real Techniques concealer brush and I almost like pat this into my face first. And then I will use a beauty blender, but again, just to kind of remove the excess product. I won't use it to actually fully blend it out. Wow, that's a vibe. Oh my god, I look so different like that. I'm just going to blend this out so I don't look as crazy right now. So once we've blended the concealer, we have a sip of coffee. Cold coffee. So next I'm going to bake whilst I do my eyebrows and then I'll powder my whole face. Reason being, when I get powder in my eyebrows, I look like a werewolf, so we're just not even going to go there today. So, my favourite OG powder in the whole world, love it so much, is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. But, I still haven't bought any. I don't know what's wrong with me, like this is all I have left. Now, I'm actually going to try and get some of that out because I really feel like using that today. So, if you're going to buy any... Oh, nope, that's gone. It's gone. Let go, Gemma, it's gone. If you are looking for a new powder and you haven't tried Laura Mercier, buy that because it's just amazing. It's the Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder. Forgot my words then. And this is in the shade Sugar Cookie. Now, I can't speak. Sugar Cookie. It's in the shade Sugar Cookie. And this is very white, but I kind of like a really bright under eye. So I'm not mad about that. Another tip which I forgot to share with you is, after you've damped your beauty blender, I used to just kind of like scrunch it up in a towel. Now, I actually learnt this from, where the hell did I learn this? Huda Beauty. I learnt it from her. And she said, if you take some toilet roll, if you've been lucky enough to get some toilet roll, because we are running low on the odd toilet roll, but if you've got some toilet roll or like kitchen roll, which is also low, and to be honest, we should probably be savouring every last square of this, but today I'm going to use it to make my beauty blender not so damp because priorities, right? So what you do is you just squeeze your beauty blender with your toilet roll or with your kitchen roll, and what will happen is in the beauty blender there are loads of little pockets of water, and I used to find it so annoying when I thought it was kind of like damp. I'd dip it in powder, put it on my face, and then I'd have like dots of like wet powder. So by doing this, it just makes sure that all of those little like droplets of water are gone. So yeah, use that precious toilet roll to get rid of all the damp spots out your beauty blender because that is our priority. I'm just going to take my brush and just bake under my eyes just so it sets all of my concealer in place. Well, I didn't expect that to happen. Christ on a bike, too much powder, too much powder. Whilst that's doing its thing under there, I am going to do eyebrows. So, favourite eyebrow pencil currently is the Maybelline New York Brow Ultra Slim. I sound like a dad reading these names out. This is amazing. I've been using it for a few months now, and I just think it's nothing too harsh. If you like having natural eyebrows, then this is definitely a great pencil. To make my brows a little bit more fluffy and just to kind of like set them all in place, I'm going to be using the 24-Hour Brow Setter by Benefit, which is amazing. So I usually just like brush all of my hairs up, and this makes such a difference. I think it helps make them look so much more natural, and yeah, just really enjoying a fluffy brow at the moment. I like to use a lot of powder on my face. I know some people have different skin types and they can't use a lot of powder, or they just don't really like the feeling of it. I personally like love just having a really just doll-like face. It's what I like. So the powder that I'm going to be taking, which is an old favourite, which I recently rekindled love for, and that is the MAC Studio Fix foundation powder, whatever it is. I like it, and I use this in shade NC43. I literally can't get my words out today. I'm just gonna lightly dust this around the rest of my face, just basically so when I apply like bronzer and blusher and stuff like that, it doesn't stick, because I always find if I don't apply powder, every powder product I put on top of that just sticks and just makes me look muddy. So we like to use lots of powder. Next up is an absolute favourite. So this is a bronzer that I discovered a few months ago, and I would never use another bronzer. Like, it's honestly incredible. It's £2, it's from Primark, and it is the Foundation Pressed Powder. It looks like this. It's in shade Cinnamon, and honestly it is beautiful. You all need to go get it now. Well, maybe not right now, but when it's safe to go outside, go and get this, because it's just amazing. I can't rave about it enough. So the brush I like to use to apply my bronzer is, I call it my stubby brush, but it's actually a buffer brush, and it is Makeup by Polly. I love this. I think it kind of just applies it so nicely. I usually just pop this on my cheekbones, I pop it on my forehead and under my jaw. I'll also be using this as an eyeshadow. I really like to match my eyeshadow to my bronzer. I feel like it just brings all of your face together, and it's just such a nice, simple, like warm look. I might have put a little bit too much on my forehead, but when my hair's down it won't look as kind of harsh. It's just right now that my hair's kind of scraped back. So yeah, just ignore that part please. Next up we are going to be applying my favourite thing, which is blusher. I never used to wear blusher because I used to think it kind of defeats the object of putting foundation on. Like, the reason I put foundation on is to cover kind of having like rosy cheeks, but that being said, I just feel like blusher makes the most difference. If you feel like your skin just needs to look a little bit healthier, you want to look a little bit more glowy, apply blusher, because it will make such a difference. So as always, I'm going to be using the NARS blusher in shade Orgasm. I feel like this is everyone's favourite blusher. Beautiful pink shade. It's also got a lot of shimmer in there as well, and it's like a golden shimmer. So you can kind of get away with wearing this without any highlight. If you blend it like up your cheeks, use it on your nose, you can use a little bit on your forehead. It's just such a lovely colour. So I like to take my Real Techniques blush brush, and I usually just pop this on the apple of my cheeks. I'll also put a little bit on my nose because I love the way it looks on my nose. It almost looks like you've been sun-kissed in our non-existent sun. And the holidays we can't go on, but it's all good. It's all good. We're not moaning. We are staying positive about the coronavirus and everything going on in the world. We have to stay positive. Like, you cannot worry yourself. You just got to go with the flow and just stay positive. So we can fake a sun-kissed look right here, right now, right here, right now. I also think by applying a little bit of blusher, it almost like lifts your cheeks. Like, as you guys know, I get cheek filler, but when I apply blusher, I just feel like it almost looks like I've had a little bit of cheek filler, like it just lifts everything, keeps it in place. Next, I'm just going to apply a little bit more of the Huda Beauty powder, and I'm just going to kind of like tidy up down here. Sometimes when I use blusher, I find it can sometimes like, not drip, that's the wrong word, fall down my face, and it can make it just look a little bit, I don't know, not as neat as I'd like. And I'm just going to take my big Eco Tools brush. This is like a big fluffy powder one, and just inhaled a load of translucent powder again. That is not good for my lungs. So with this brush, I'm just going to go all over my face and just blend everything together. So for highlight, I've pretty much been using this since birth. I really don't switch it up a lot because I just love this so much. This is the Huda Beauty Golden Sands palette, and I always use shade Seashells. That was like a mashup of me saying seashells and shade together. She sells seashells by the seashore. I just like to take a very little bit of this on my finger, and I apply this to the end of my nose and also the middle of my nose. This makes your nose look smaller. And then I also like to apply a very little bit on my Cupid's bow. And I just take this little brush. This is not a highlighter brush. This is actually called a setting brush, but I like to use it for highlight. So I just take a very small amount of this and then just pop it on my cheekbones. And then once I've applied that, I'm going to go back in with my big fluffy brush and just blend that out again. For eyeshadow, I'm going to use my Primark foundation, bronzer, whatever we want to call it. I'm going to use this for eyeshadow as well. The bigger side here I will use just to cover my entire eyelid, and then I'll use this flat side here and I'll just make like a really like smoky look on the underneath of my eyes. If you have blue eyes, this will make them just pop, and it's just such a nice easy makeup look. Before I do the other eye, I just wanted to show you how much of an actual difference it makes to your eyes. Like, don't you think this one just looks so much bigger? I feel like this one's a little pea eye at the moment. I honestly can't get over just how different that looks. So I've just popped a little bit of mascara on my bottom lashes. As you guys can clearly see, I have lash extensions. I go to Dolly's Lashes in Peterborough. They are absolutely incredible. I couldn't live without these now. I just think they make my makeup so much quicker, and you know, on no makeup days where you just feel a bit gross, I feel like with lash extensions they just give me so much more confidence. So that is like my base makeup done. Obviously we have setting spray to go. Favourite combo right now, well actually not right now, forever, since forever, is the MAC lip liner in shade Spice. This is such a beautiful nude colour. Some days I'll just wear this all over. If I've got incredibly dry lips, I will wear this all over, and then I'll also just pop on some like lip seal, and it makes it look like a gloss. Every time I put this lip liner on, I'm just obsessed with it a little bit more. I love the shade. So a lipstick which I picked up in Boots last week was this one. This is in shade I Empower, and it's from L'Oreal Paris, and it looks like this. Now this is such a lovely like pinky kind of shade. It's a liquid lip, but it's matte, but it's not a drying matte. Like, it feels like a gloss, but it's not a gloss. Like, it's really strange, but it's really, really, really nice. And I also get asked about lip gloss all the time. Now, I have one favourite lip gloss in the entire world. If you ever see me wearing lip gloss, I am wearing this. It's the Lime Crime Wet Cherry Lip Gloss in shade Unripe Cherry. Oh my god. Now, this is expensive and it's small. It's like £18 for this little one here. But honestly, oh my god, it's amazing. Once you start using it, you physically cannot stop. It's so, so good. If you've used quite a lot of powder like we have today, it melts all your powder together. Like, your face just feels, it almost feels like you've got no makeup on. Like, as soon as you spray this on, it feels like you've got like a clean face. It's really, really good. At this point, I could do with one of those cool little handheld fans, that I see everyone with. So as you can see, once this setting spray starts to dry, it just goes really dewy. So even though you've got all that powder on, just from using this, it can like I just love it. So I've just popped you guys back a little bit just so you can see all of my hair. So currently I have no extensions in. And what I'm going to do first is, some people like to put their extensions in and then curl all of their hair together. I personally like to curl my hair and then put the extensions in and then curl the extensions kind of separate. Only because if I was to put extensions in my hair now, I would have loads of straight bits left and it just wouldn't look right. Curling tong which I'm going to use is from the FoxyLocks 7-in-1 curling wand set. Now I always use the biggest tong because I find it gives me really like loose waves. And then another one which is really good to create like messy kind of curls is this one here. Now the easiest way to do this is, I get quite a big section of my hair and I hold the bottom piece on the kind of rubber bit of the tong, and then I just twist it round like this, and I'll do that with all of my hair, and I'll try and keep it all in the same direction, just because I find with that way you just achieve a really loose kind of curl, which is exactly what look I'm going for. So I'm going to pop you guys on a little time lapse whilst I curl all of my hair, because that's going to be super boring to watch that in real time, and then I'll kind of come back when I'm going to apply my extensions. After using the curling wand, this is what your hair will look like. So after I've curled my hair, I will use some dry shampoo. I am very new to dry shampoo. I never actually used to use it, and some people used to swear by it, but what it's incredible for is just giving your roots loads of volume. So if you have naturally quite sort of flat hair and you want to have really volumized hair, then using a little bit of dry shampoo can just help give a little bit more volume. Now my favourite one to use is the Lee Stafford one. I'll link it below. I think it's called something clay. It's bloody amazing. But I've actually ran out of that, so I'm just using this one, which I'll also link below. This one's good, but not as good as the Lee Stafford one. Once I've curled my hair, what I will then do is just go through all of the roots at the front of my hair, and I'll just give them a little bit of a blast with this, especially at the very front of my hair here. So as you can see, it just gives it so much more volume. I love it so much. I actually don't think I could live without dry shampoo now, which is something I never really thought I'd be saying a few years ago. But I really just think it makes such a difference. So the piece of hair with 3 clips, like I said earlier, I have clipped them together. This is the one that will go at the very bottom of my head. And then the next one I use is the piece with 4 clips. This one will go like in the middle of my head. And then at the sides of my head, I will use the 2-piece one. So this will go about here. And then you also get a single piece one as well, which I put just at the front. So you can kind of put these anywhere, but that's the way I like to do it. I find that's what looks most natural and feels the most comfortable. Now before I actually apply my extensions to my hair, what I always do, when I section my hair, I will back comb my roots with my little back comb brush. This is also from Lee Stafford. And I'll also give my roots a little spray with hairspray. I'm going to pop you on another time lapse, and I'm going to section my hair and apply the extensions. this is the finished result. I think you can actually see my pyjama bottoms as well. It's the reality of YouTube life. Done on the top, pyjamas on the bottom. I really hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me today. This is my easy spring, kind of like daytime. It could also be nighttime. Just my favourite makeup look to do at the moment. I kind of want to get back into doing makeup videos as well. I like to kind of just give you guys a big variety of stuff to watch on my channel, and I feel like makeup's a big one that I really enjoy. So yeah, if you would like to see any other specific ones or any other hair ones, then just let me know. I really hope you've enjoyed my video. I hope you're all well. It's such a weird time at the moment. If you're feeling anxious or stressed or worried, then please don't feel alone. Like, I think everybody at the moment is feeling it, and the best thing you can do is just look after yourself, do some things that make you happy, and yeah, just try not to overthink all of this stuff. I think in a time like this, we all just need to stay as positive as we can. Love you guys so much, more than you'll ever know, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
You have to be your biggest fan, and when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that, because you don't know who